This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on his own. Frank, I really appreciate you giving me some of your time after what has been a really, really busy day, but all for a brilliant reason. Usyk-Fury 2. Felt like you've just come back from a big week in Riyadh, and then it gets to something even bigger.
It's huge, isn't it? The rematch is going to be something special. The first fight was the best heavyweight fight of the 21st century. And I'm talking about at the level which they were both undefeated fighters, both champions from respective organisation, 4 belts unification. It was a marvellous fight of two halves, and I think we're going to get something extra special again with them.
On the entertainment side, do you think it can deliver, if not better, than the first fight?
Yeah, I think they know each other now, and I think that that fight had some dramatic moments in it. And they both felt they won the fight. It was a split decision, and at the end of the day, we'll find out on the December the 21st in Riyadh who is the best out of the two.
I mean, you know the big GK better than all of us. What's his mentality like going into this one? Obviously, coming off the back of something he's never experienced before in a defeat.
He's flying. He wanted the rematch from the top. He'll call for the rematch in the ring after the fight. That's what he did. He wants the rematch, and it's happening. So he's got his wish, and it's now up to him to go and do the business.
I know people will bang on about it constantly in the build-up, but up there on the stage, he said, "I want to forget about the first fight. We all need to forget about the first fight." Is that the way it's got to be going into this?
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's gone. It's done. It's the 21st that counts.
Hey, Mom, I'm on TV.
It's the 21st that counts. That's the one. That's the fight that matters. The rest of it is history, and everybody's got views about it. But it's, as I say, it's totally irrelevant.
Yeah, I think Tyson realised last time he won't be able to get under the skin potentially of Oleksandr Usyk. Do you think that's why we saw a bit of a low-key press conference?
I think everybody reads into it. Oleksandr, as I said from the press conference he had with going back to the Daniel Dubois fight, he understands every word you're saying. Don't worry about that.
Do you think he plays dumb a little bit?
Yeah, it's his game, and that's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, he come today dressed as the hitman. Tyson's dressed as a chessboard or whatever it is. Do you expect them to say too much to each other when we get to fight week?
Yeah, get it hot up, and once and I'm quite sure that all the passions and the edginess fight week. Who knows what's going to happen? But I know what's going to happen on the fight night when they're in the ring. That's the most important thing. That's where the action really counts, and you're going to get something extra special. I'm telling you.
Would you say you're more confident in Tyson in the rematch now he knows a bit about Oleksandr than fight one?
Yeah, I do. I do believe he'll win the fight. He's won every rematch that he's had and stops everyone in every rematch he's had.
Yeah. One thing he has had is a couple of trilogies. He's mentioned it up there. I know we're not at fight 2 yet, and it took a bit to get to fight 1. But he has been mentioning the trilogy a few times today.
A trilogy has to happen after he wins first, so that's where we've got to get to. Let's get that one out of the way first.
Yeah. I guess he was getting at him winning the rematch, so it makes sense. And what was it like having Eddie on your table today?
Yeah,
you at the head, Eddie at the bottom?
No, it's nothing like that. It is what it is. Out of courtesy, we did that.
Yeah, was there not a bit of the Frank Warren of 2 years ago that was cheering inside?
No, I'm not into all that. I'm really delighted what's going on with this Riyadh season and all what it's done, and I'm not going to start knocking it because, we're making money out of it. It's brilliant, and that's fantastic, but we should do because we're in professional boxing. That's what we do for a living, and the fighters are doing extremely well. The fans are getting their fights, so what do we want to start screwing it up for?
Yeah, just one more thing. I know it's something we perhaps should have left in Riyadh, but there has been a little bit of promoter. I use the word beef because that's what we like to use. What's your view on it now? Is it something we're going to try and leave over the last couple of weeks, do you think?
With who?
With you, Eddie, and Ben Shalom?
I ain't teamed up with Eddie.
Not necessarily teamed up, but...
let me tell you something. We're in professional boxing. These guys are tough guys. You're dealing with tough guys. That's the business we're in. Do me what? Someone driving you mad, asking where they're sitting and want to get their photo done all the time. What do I keep talking about that crap for? We're in the fight business, and it's a nonsense. And if you can't, Jesus, how would he have lasted when I started out in the sport? It would have been all over in a day. We never got there. Jesus, they don't know how lucky they are. TV deals and all that to start with.
Is it something that could be spoken over a few glasses of red, do you think?
No, I'm very fussy who I want to be drinking with. Listen, I'm going to make it. I'll tell you I'm being really honest about this. I don't like the. First of all, I didn't like the setup of all the stuff that happened with Eubank, and that was because of them. Because they got AD to ask that question. Why have you signed with Boxer? They asked him to ask that. So the whole thing was a setup.
Which AD confirmed.
So you think I want to be sharing a glass of wine with that jerk off and them idiots who are with him? Do me a favour.